welcome back to Amy's Earth channel. Lovely to have you. I thought I'd do a video on how I pack my soaps. Because obviously if you've never bought one, you don't know what you're getting. I'll start with this big lump of biodegradable film because that's what I use. So I've cut a piece off here. And I pretty much start from scratch. So I have boxes that I fold. These all come in a flat pack and I fold these boxes up. I have my biodegradable wrap. I have the ribbon here that I wrap around the boxes because it looks pretty. So I have a double order today. One person has bought 2 soaps. Likely for their teachers because in England schools are finishing in the next couple of weeks. So I know for a fact, because I know who this customer is, that they're buying these for their children to give to their teachers. So I am going to show you how I do it. I'm not going to show you how I do both because there's really no need. Okay, so what I'm going to do right now is I have a mark on the table that I cannot get off, and I think it's mica. It's this new desk, it's a nightmare. I did actually start saying in one of my videos, and then I never got finishing what I wanted to say, was that I'm going to get, you can get this like vinyl covering to kind of stick on top, which is a lot easier wiped clean, because I like this table. I got it off Amazon. I do like the table, but frankly, the top of it, for what I'm doing, if it was maybe just a desk, maybe that would be better, but for what I'm doing, it's not great. Okay, so I'm cutting a piece off this biodegradable film to put in the fair soaps. Now, I know some soap makers use boxes. I might do that further down the line. So here we have our sheet. Trying to find, I've got the camera positioned a little differently today. I've got you in the corner, I've got you higher up because, you know, we're not up and close and personal. So that is loads of film to be able to fit the soap in, which is what I want. So then I fold my film up, trying not to kill the soap, and get it to a near enough line like so. And then I have a heat sealer. And I seal 2 of my edges. As I'm hanging upside down, you can't hear a word I'm saying. I seal 2 of my edges to get the soap in. So let's do that first. I'm just going to check. Yeah, loads of room for the soap to get in. Now, I need a new strip for this sealer because it does seem to burn a little bit at the edges. But, goodness me, you know when you're a small business owner, there's just always something to buy or replace or do again or buy or replace. It's like a never-ending stream of list of things that need doing, buying or replacing. So I don't know whether you can see that. So that's one edge sealed, and then I'll seal the other edge. And I always like to give myself a bit of room because sometimes my soaps can be deceptively larger than my eye thinks they are. They just like to keep me on my toes. And now I'm going to have to clean this table again because that lumen there's black feet. You see, look, I just can't get it on. There's black feet on the heat sealer. And for some reason, with this desk, the black mark comes on my table. So yes, definitely an investment needed for a new table covering at the very least. Okay, so now I slip my soap in there like so. And as you can see, in nice and neatly. See what I mean about the little burn mark? So that's where we're going to start off with. So I'm going to take that out now that I know that she definitely fits. And I'm going to cut these excess edges off, which is great because it's biodegradable film. So it's not really wasting because I'm going to go and put it in my compost heap. Because I do a lot of gardening and I grow food here. So making my own compost is also something that gets done in this house. We're very industrial. Very industrial. Okay, so I'm wondering, I might put my towel down on the table because I have to do this again. And I don't want to clean the flipping thing again. So I'm going to put my towel down. And then put the heat sealer down. Now this is all very time consuming, and I know if there's anybody out there with a small business who are probably thinking, well, you probably could do with this system and that system. And you're right, I could. But at the moment, it's what I have to work with. That's all you can do. With a small business, you spend the money on the things that will bring you in more business, which for me currently is websites and ingredients and makers and all of that kind of thing. So whilst I would like to say I'm flush enough to, now you see how big that is? I don't like how big that is, so I'm going to cut a little bit more off there, which is the great thing with the heat sealer. But as you can see, this is time consuming. It's just the way it is. I don't have a problem with it being time consuming. I'm used to it now. I'm used to the fact that me wanting things to be perfect or as close to for my customer means that I have to take my time, and means that I want to take my time because I want them to open a box or open the box and be totally thrilled with what's inside. Because as any marketing company will tell you, opening a box is as exciting as, so there we go, actually having the product. It's a big deal. Alright, so that's as what I normally do, neat and tidy. So now I'm going to do the labelling. Again, we are talking about being a small business, so I do my labelling myself. I get my labels from Online Labels, which is fabulous because they send you the sticky labels and you can just print them from your own computer. There's a template, and once you get an order, you can then take your logo and line it up with the size of labels that you've ordered. So you get your order, you then have your logo, line it up, and your printer then prints them in the place they're supposed to be printed. So there we go. We'll have this as the front, and then my back label, which gives all the ingredients and the batch number, because as soap makers we have to have batch numbers, liability insurance, etc, etc. And there we go. So that's our soap ready to be packed. I'm gonna fire that over there and we're going to start on the box. So one box. I use another packaging thing that I get from Amazon. I know, I always buy from Amazon, but you know what? It's just handy. So this is a huge, can't fit it under the camera, a huge, let me see if I can lift that up, pull you up a wee bit. Right, all you need to know, it's a huge bag of crinkled cardboard. It's cardboard, like thin cardboard, not like proper big cardboard. So I pack my box with this. So what I will do is I'll layer it in, and I've moved the camera now, so now I have to work differently. And again, if you like, I can leave the link to that below, and there we are. And what I do is I pull it apart a wee bit because it makes it a lot fluffier. You see? Because I don't want any of my embeds or any of my soap to be damaged in transit. After all the effort of making them, that would be a bit rubbish, would it not? So I then make a hole in the middle, best as I can, and I put in a shower bag. So this is for your soap to go into in your shower, which keeps the soap dry, keeps the soap lasting longer because it doesn't get wet. So that gets folded over, it goes in the bottom there. Soap goes in and carefully padded in there. I do the jiggle. The jiggle technique means if it jiggles, it's not packed in enough. So this is where all this excess comes in, where I shove that in the sides, every side, and a little bit over the top. But I don't want to pack it too much because I still have a couple of things I want to do. So you see, that was just about right. It'll be like someone just thinks they're getting a box of crumpled paper. I like to add little extra touches. So I have dried rose petals and I sprinkle that in. Now obviously I'm going to be doing Father's Day bundles. So highly likely I'm not going to sprinkle the rose petals in for Father's Day bundles. And usually when I can see who's ordered the soaps, and I basically guesstimate, use my intuition, always use your intuition people, that's what it's there for, to figure out whether, you know, this soap is for the female of the species, let's say. Alright, and then I will put in a little thank you for buying our soaps, which just basically says, thank you for ordering from a small business. We do a happy dance every time we get an order. And I do. Every time I get an order, I do a happy dance. My husband thinks I'm bonkers. I don't care. I'm thrilled that someone has chosen me to buy my soaps. You know, maybe it's a gift for themselves or for somebody else. I'm absolutely thrilled that out of all the soap makers they could have chosen, they chose me. And I think I'm honoured and it's a privilege. So I do a happy dance. That isn't fibs. That is absolute true. And I also say I do another happy dance if you give me a review. So anyway, I make my own business cards because again, you know, I could start ordering them from companies, and that's something again on the to-do list. The to-do list is as long as my leg, but I make these just on the computer, very simple. And I think they go with the theme, to be fair, because it's natural and it's good and it's recyclable, and once you've got the information on the top you can chuck it in the bin, and the recycling bin of course. Okay, so we're getting close. There we are. Everything is very packed in, very squished in, very tightly squished in I may add, because that soap has embeds on that I do not. So here we go. See the way you can't hear that soap moving at all? Next, ribbon. Pretty ribbon. And then over we go again. Through here. Through here. And we'll tie a little bow. Now, as I'm running my own website and kind of trying to figure out how to do things, because I've done it myself, I've done the hosting myself, I've done, you know, it's not a Shopify website, it's just a word process website that I have literally built myself. So if you visit it, please don't judge. I will figure out how to do confirmation emails, which I haven't yet, and I will figure out how to put an option on people wanting wrapped and gift wrapped. So after this, I basically wrap it up in brown parcel paper. The address label goes on, and I print a label off. Royal Mail is usually who I use. I'll go into Royal Mail, I'll weigh this box, I'll give them the measurements of the box, which is 16 by 18 by 7 centimetres, approximately. And then they'll print me out a label, and I will print it out on sticky paper, put it on there, and away it goes. Like that. Whoosh, whoosh. So there you go. Another random short video. I hope you've enjoyed watching it. Just to let you know how things go here at Amy's Earth HQ, and the time and effort that I do take, because I want to put the time and effort in, because all my customers are important to me. You know, I make the soap, but packing the soap and presenting the soap in a beautiful way is also really important to me. You know, it doesn't end once the soap is cut. They're beveled, they're planed, they're packaged beautifully and in recyclable and biodegradable products. So I will say bye for now, and I will see you the next time. Bye for now.